Hello, I'm Toycat, and you might have noticed my current big Minecraft project is draining an entire ocean. In essence, I want to destroy the ocean biome and instead replace it with this lovely dry ocean bed. It looks very interesting so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing the progress as I do more and more draining, but there's something a lot of people ask, which is, why are you doing this? But also, why does it always have to be a destruction project with you, Toycat? Why do you have to destroy the ocean rather than build something beautiful? And although there is a wonderful argument about why we like to destroy things as civilizations rather than build new things, today I would like to actually talk about the 8 biomes I've destroyed and why exactly I did them. And we're not going to start with the ocean, we're going to start with the most obvious example in this world. But before I do, I'd like to remind you all that this video is sponsored by me. That's right, all I'm saying is subscribe to my channel, because I would like it if I had more subscribers than I do at present, mostly so more of you would see the videos that I work on each and every day. But with that said, I want to quickly define the bounds for what actually is a, like destruction project, because you could argue I destroyed this mountain by placing Netherrack on top of it. I mean, it's not recognizable as a mountain anymore, now it's a Nether mountain, but that's something different. That's converting something by placing blocks. I'm talking about solely going in with my pickaxe or my shovel, or indeed a hoe or an axe, and destroying a biome from scratch. And the one that always gets the questions is this. This is my desert biome, or rather I should say, this isn't my desert biome anymore, because I destroyed the entire thing. And then once it was destroyed, I placed torches everywhere, because you know what, this was a really annoying biome in Minecraft to me. I had a desert biome technically, it was filled with sand on a technicality, and so it looked like a desert, but it didn't actually behave as a desert in any way, and so I decided to remove every single unnecessary sand block in this biome and replaced almost every single one of them with torches. This required well over 10,000 torches, we've done the maths in past, but the thing I've always left out when I've spoken about this is, why did I decide to destroy the desert and why did I replace it with torches? And I've always joked that, like, you know what, I just needed the sand, so I destroyed a desert, and that's always true. One of the reasons for a destruction project is you get to use the blocks elsewhere, and sand is a very versatile block, not just for destroying oceans, but also for smelting into glass and for using for many other purposes. But then the other reason was that I just decided the Minecraft biome should match the actual reality. This world was made before Minecraft biomes wouldn't shift around every update, and so there was a desert here in theory, but it still rained here and it wasn't actually a desert, and I wanted the world to actually reflect that. And so what I did is I replaced all of that sand with torches. This is kind of, replacing all of the natural resources with a very man-made one that has this like fun little flicker. You could probably make some fun little climate change reference, but I assure you that's not what I'm going for. I'm more going for just, this is an accurate representation of what the biome is, and now the biome actually delivers me something really interesting, and that is a way to play around with lighting. I mean, look at the biome from up here on top of the Netherrack mountain. As you can see, the moment you get anywhere close to it, something very strange happens, and it's just so surreal to fly through the sea of torches. It's not an experience most people get when playing in survival, but I get to have it, and that's why I destroyed this desert. But it's not the only biome I destroyed, because I also decided to destroy the Nether, which is actually technically a biome. The Nether Wastes is something a lot of people know about, but you might not know the Nether is divided into distinct biomes. But even before it was, the Nether was its own separate biome, and so I've destroyed it and replaced it with a real world biome. But again, I think this is sort of a replacement project, even though it's clear there is no Nether around here. I mean, the one zombie pigman kind of ruins that effect. But you can see when you look around, and go a little bit deeper into the Nether, I've done a lot of Nether destruction outside of that objectively just is for the purpose of destruction. This is my biggest destruction project when you talk about the distance it actually covers, because it goes all the way from here at Z 80, 90 blocks, all the way out to 10,000 blocks, and then it continues in some form for another 80,000 blocks, all the way to about that fateful position where that one thing happened. The problem is that every government in the world is some balance between capitalism and socialism / communism. I would say socialism and communism aren't the same thing or even similar things, but let's just say they are for now. Oh no, no! I didn't put it back on! No! Yeah, we don't talk about what happened over there too much, but what we do talk about is the fact that on the way, there is this huge pathway that is sometimes made up of destroyed Nether, sometimes it's made up of floating stone brick, but the idea was to have a perfectly straight path, to have a road, if you will, a project I always recommend people build, because it really does help you move at a super fast speed. And so yeah, there is this road going through my Nether, it covers hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blocks, in fact some would say thousands of blocks, because that's what lots of hundreds are, and yeah, it's pirates, this intense destruction project that goes endlessly in this direction to allow me an easy way to get across the Nether and by extension, the overworld. Thank you for the bone. But let's go into the next destruction project in this world, because you might notice just over here, there's this especially green patch of grass. If you've ever explored this world via the Marketplace download, or you've just looked at one of my videos as I go past here on my ice road, you might notice the grass is especially green here, and you might also notice there are random vines kind of throughout this biome. You might then notice there's some parrots, and you might then realize, oh, Toycat, what did you do? Did you really deforest this much? And the answer is yes. At one point, I decided to chop down an entire jungle, partially just because I figured it'd be fun to chop down a jungle, but you're here looking for the deeper reasons, so let's explain those in the morning. You know what, this biome looks way pretty in the day, trust me. Okay, thank you for trusting me. As you can see, one of the most beautiful biomes in terms of the blocks that come underneath it is the jungle. I would say only the shattered savanna comes anywhere close. By the way, look over there. I didn't even realize till just now, those vines are genuinely floating off of nothing. Minecraft Bedrock, am I right? You know, it doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to exist, apparently. So yeah, as you can see, this is a very desolate biome, now just consisting of vines that I could always go through and shear, but I feel like they add some character to the place, and that is about it. And the reason I destroyed this biome is actually very simple. One was because I wanted to have these lovely green grass blocks show through, and so that if I ever did want to build something, I have this prime location to do so. As you can see, it's got a lovely kind of pool included. It's got this really pretty flat area with a nice hill on top of it, so you could build maybe like a lovely mansion out here with a great view, or you could build a peasant house down there with a sad view. It's your choice. But also the wonderful thing is that by chopping down the entire jungle forest, in fact, I didn't just chop down this forest, by the way. This is kind of a 2-in-1, because I chopped down most of this forest right over here as well. Besides, again, this one tree. Is this tree hanging on by one block as well? Okay, you know what? As of right now, I've officially chopped down an entire spruce biome as well, a tiger biome, as well as a forest that linked these, because I needed insane amounts of wood. Why did I need insane amounts of woods? You might be able to guess based on the fact that I used over 10,000 torches that I need a lot of coal, but coal is a non-renewable block. You only get it once and then it vanishes throughout your Minecraft world. So I decided to use the renewable version of coal, which is charcoal, and that requires a lot of logs. And so I made a ton of logs. And how do you make logs? You chop down forests. And so my entire jungle is clear, and the main beneficiary is me having all of those torches, which is also how I lit up my entire world, but that's a story for another day. It's a cool picture, right? I like looking at my entire world at night. So the next biome that I destroyed was pretty much along the same lines. This used to be an iceberg biome. For real, one of those iceberg biomes with all of those huge icebergs. And despite it being a huge iceberg biome, now it is reduced to just a place where polar bears walk around, longing for the land they once had. Again, you know what? This is Toycat Does Climate Change, the movie, it seems. But more seriously, you know, the whole reason I destroyed this was to get my hands on some ice. I'm just kidding. Of course, we all know the real reason that you'd flatten an iceberg biome, and it's so you can make one of these, and you can go flying around and do some delightful things, because this is one of the most fun, accidental consequences of something I've ever done. Because get this, it's not just made of ice, it's made of packed ice, and in some places, blue ice, which means you can really fly around this biome at light speed. Honestly, I would recommend destroying iceberg biomes, even expanding them in some places, because it makes for one of the most fun ways to get around. And if you were to place all of these blocks manually, it would take you a lot longer, and obviously it would cost you ice blocks, whereas I got myself thousands and thousands of blue ice blocks, which is how I made not only the Blue Ice Highway, a 3,000 block highway across my world, but also how I made those very islands you can see in front of me right now. So yeah, too long didn't watch. Reason I destroyed the iceberg biome is because I really like ice. I also have packed ice and snowballs and lots of arrows of slowness because strays spawn here, and also more packed ice. I really should be consolidating my storage, huh? So the next biome that I destroyed was this swamp, and it doesn't look much like a swamp from the grass, because again, Minecraft worlds until about 1.3, I think it was, really recently in the grand scheme of things. Well, I'm saying recently, I mean 2012, 2013 update. But, you know, until just 8 years ago, Minecraft worlds would have the biomes shift around every single time an update came out, if your world would have been different in that new update. And so I had this, a swamp You can see the remnants of it in some places with the vines again, that used to not actually be a swamp. And this wasn't something that bothered me as much as the desert, because this was actually beneficial. It wouldn't rain here. It was very nice, but I figured if I removed the swamp from this grass, I would have something even more interesting. Rather than having a muddy green swamp, this is what the trees look like, by the way, I instead now have this weird, almost, not quite savanna looking biome, but it almost looks like the plains deserts that it used to exist prior to this. I feel like I made a brand new biome by destroying a bunch of trees, and it didn't even take me very long at all. It took me maybe 30 minutes to chop down all of the swamp trees, and then maybe another hour to cover the thing in torches, although is that relevant to the biome recreation? You could say. Ultimately, by destroying everything in this biome, I've created something, in my opinion, more interesting, and although a lot of people might disagree, that's ultimately what destruction is all about. You'll notice the common thread in all of these destruction projects is that something new came out of it, and this is ultimately why destruction is so common in the world. It's not that we're trying to remove heritage or destroy the way that things used to be, as much as people might frame things this way when they see it in the real world or Minecraft. Ultimately, people do just need to remove what was there before to have a better chance at making it work the way it is now. It is very interesting to see, and so that is why when you look at this next project, which used to, by the way, be partially mountain, partially swamp, and then, according to the Minecraft biomes that moved around, partially jungle, although I assure you, I did not chop down a single jungle tree. All I did was chop down all of a swamp, fill in all of the gaps with dirt, and then chop down a mountain to increase the amount of space that I had in entirely flat land. A lot of people look at this and they assume it must be a creative world, and that's exactly what I was going for. I wanted to have this surreal moment, as it looks more surreal with these giant blocks, right? I wanted to have this surreal moment where you feel like you're in something different, where you're in a weird world that doesn't make any sense, but actually it's just a survival thing. And the real benefit, besides just, quirky aesthetics, because everything in Minecraft you ever build has some benefit, whether it's a bee, a giant block, or a nether portal where you're not sure how thick the borders are meant to be, but everything that you build in Minecraft has some benefit to someone, aesthetically speaking. So what's the real game benefit besides finding pink sheep? That is a very rare find. But the real game benefit is that when nighttime comes, I've lit up the rest of my world besides here, and it means this is a hotspot for spawning in mobs. Obviously, you can do better with a mob grinder or just even a mob spawner trap, but if I want to find mobs, whether it be in the daytime for pink sheep or pink pigs or, well, whatever house purposes, or whether it's nighttime to find creepers, a mob which doesn't have a mob spawner, having this right here has been very, very handy throughout the years. Even though there are better ways of doing it, this was a really easy, interesting way of combining aesthetics of just having this weird, perfectly flat land. By the way, it's such a big, perfectly flat land that if you look in the sky, it has like 3 separate colors going on here. It's very interesting, but I combined 3 separate flat land colors, and I made what I think is a very interesting thing instead. One that's always threatened by charged creepers, by the way. Yeah, we're going to avoid you for now. But that brings me very nicely into why I am destroying an ocean. An ocean is the weirdest thing to destroy because all you're really doing is soaking up water, all of this water will be gone, and leaving the blocks intact. What benefit is it, especially in a world where water-breathing potions exist, and where the turtle helmet exists, and where respiration is an enchantment? I can stay down here for a while anyway. Why would I ever need to destroy this? And the simple answer is, look at the ocean right now. Can you really ever enjoy this? I would argue not. Now look at what happens when you remove all of the water from the ocean, and you'll see that that is substantially nicer, is it not? Do you disagree? I would not. I personally do think that this is a much nicer look at what things could be like, and we're starting to uncover what the ocean bottom really looks like without the water. It's going to be so interesting to look at for one, but second of all, it's going to allow me to do so many more other weird projects using this space in my world that I'm just not taking advantage of as an ocean. The ocean in the real world and in Minecraft has one major benefit, and that is that it's basically like a road that nature maintains for you. So you can use it to get around very easily, and the other benefit in Minecraft and slightly the real world is you can find food in there, or mobs, or drowns and everything else like that. However, let's be honest, I have other oceans in my world if I need big salmon or I need drowns, and let's also be honest, I don't ever use this as a waterway, mostly because it's partially frozen. It's a very ugly ocean that's covered in ice in some bits, and let's just be honest, it's not a very great looking project, and that is the big reason I have decided to drain my ocean, take what used to be underwater and make it not underwater anymore, and it's going to take me many hours, but that's something you can check out if you decide to watch the streams. If you do want to check out this world for yourself, because maybe you don't want to watch streams, or maybe you just watching videos isn't your style, but you do want to see the thing that I've created over 9 years of Minecraft, then I'll leave a link to my marketplace map in the description. If I haven't, just search IBX Toy Maps or Toycat on the Minecraft marketplace. The reason that it's on there is because it means that it can automatically update every single time there is a brand new, because the world is always changing. Literally in this video, I've changed a few blocks. I'm going to destroy this ice right here. Wow, that's incredible. If you want the very latest version, it will automatically update once you purchase it once, so obviously that's great. Also, the proceeds help out the channel, and by that I mean I use the money to buy dubious things like kebabs and lobster rolls. And if you want to support this channel where I play Minecraft in slightly weird ways, then you can check out the map, or you can check out the live stream, or indeed just subscribe to the channel. This is a lot of things to promote in one place, but I hope you all enjoyed it regardless, and I hope that some of you enjoyed checking out this map, either via the Minecraft marketplace, it's only 490 Minecoins I want to say, and or you can check it out via the live streams where I place sponges down and then I destroy those sponges, and then I place down more sponges and destroy those sponges, and then eventually we get a drained ocean. It's a big project, it's a silly project, but that's my deal, I guess. I prefer to destroy than to create in Minecraft, because in the real world, destruction has huge costs and trade-offs, but in Minecraft, you can do whatever you want, because no one can tell you what you can and cannot do, and that's why, feel free to subscribe if you want, but if you don't, I won't hold it against you, because I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.